Hello everyone, welcome to Powerline. This is Kaiser here, and I'm here with my Sanctuary Guard deck profile. Currently, this is probably one of the best decks in the game, and with good reason because of Regalie, the new Stride that came out. So let's get started. I play Millius, and the reason for this is that in this deck, my grade 2s are really important, and if I'm kind of bricking hard and I don't have a grade 2 in hand, then this is a really cost-effective way how to get one out and start my combos. So I really like that card. Then I play, you guessed it, all Jewel Knight triggers. Now, you have a lot of options now. I've been playing 8, I'm always partial to 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal, but I've been kind of toying with the idea of running 12 crit recently, because this deck is very aggressive and it pluses a lot anyway. Alright, grade 1s. 4 Unflipper Perfects. Now, a lot of people run the Jewel Knight Perfects, but for me, with the way I play this deck, I burn through counterblasts a lot, and this unflip sometimes is very key to unlocking some wumbo combos, as I like to say. For Stride Enabler, this deck strides a lot, and I see no reason not to run 4 unless I was making room for Jewel Knights, but as it stands right now, it's actually pretty much the most effective way to play it. I play 3 Cymbeline. This card's combo plays to give something basically 2 extra stages of attack is incredible, and if you play it right, you can push your opponent to game very easily.
And that's usually the siren that we call people when they're about to get, beaten down by this deck. It's really oppressive.
Yeah, it's true.
We just want to put that in.
Then I play 2 Shellies. 10k attackers for Jewel Knights. Sometimes they're relevant for early game rush, but really, it's kind of there as a Jewel Knight name. I've been debating taking 1 out for a limit break remover, but I actually can't find it right now. So I'll look into it. Then I play 1 Miron. Now, this card's synergy with Sanctuary Guard is awesome. Even though it's a Soul Blast, this deck doesn't really utilize Soul very much, and it's just a free draw. So, I mean, there have been times where I've kind of had to YOLO it and write Sanctuary Guard, get out Miron. I don't have enough to Stride in hand, and I'll get very lucky and get either a Stride Enabler or a grade 3 off of it. So, it saved my butt a few times. Then I play, yes, the Cancerous Cat, Swordmy. It's so undercosted and so helpful, and I don't know, I mean, this card is exactly what Royals always wanted. A cheap counterblast 1 way to bring out grade 1 or less units. It's so good. And it combos with this card, Knight of Twin Sword. This card helps create multiple attacks on the Regalie turn, but also, if I don't have a column and I go into Regalie, I could just use this, get out Swordmy, counterblast another Jewel Knight, and get out a grade 1. So it's very effective. Then I play 2 12k attackers. Now, this card's good if I don't have any Swordmys left, or let's say I don't want to waste Jewel Knight counterblasts. I'll attack with 1 column here first for an not unboosted, it kind of depends on the situation. I'll attack with 1 column here, then I'll attack with Twin Sword, get out this, which is 21k if you have 3 grade 1s or out. So it's a very strong last attacker usually. And then I play the card that is very stupid, and I've been considering bumping it up higher, Starlight Violinist. This card is incredible. If I'm at Counterblast 2 and my opponent rushed me for some reason, I'll play this on rear, get out a Swordmy, call it a grade 1 behind it, and I just basically filled up my field for 2 counterblasts. So good. Next, Sanctuary Guard Guarantee. Now, for a while in my previous builds for this deck, I was running Thingsaver, but I found that between the problems with room in this deck and everything, it just made the deck less consistent. So I wanted to go with Guarantee to guarantee me that I can always have a Sanctuary Guard on Vanguard, so I can use Regalie safely. Also, that Counterblast 1 effect has caught people off guard a lot, and it's actually won me a lot of games. Now, not really the star of the show, but the card that you really want to ride, Sanctuary Guard Dragon. Now, the Limit Break, it can be relevant if your opponent's on grade 2 and you just kind of want to beat their face in, but that second effect is what I really like, which is ditch 1 card in hand, bring out a grade 1. So you just get out Miron, Soul Blast 1, draw 1. It's very strong. Now, for the main card for the deck, 3 Regalie. Now, I know a lot of people run 4, but for me, there are very few games that I actually go into 4. And also, my other strides are usually so aggressive that if they somehow push me to the point where they have me rip through 3 Regalias and they survive, I'm very surprised. And then I let the other strides do the work. So next I run 1 Gablade. If I'm bricking pretty hard, or if I don't want to commit the cards in hand to the field, I'll go into Gablade to rip out a perfect card or make them let this hit. So I like that. Then I run 2 Saint-Blows. Now, this card, in my opinion, it's not as good as it used to be, but it's good to play the catch-up game. Like, if, for example, I had the G-Assist, there are a lot of games where I'll try and go into this to try and push ahead in advantage through damage. Like, I remember one game I was playing against somebody, I had the G-Assist at 0, which was awful, and I went into Gablade first, he perfect guarded that, so then I knew he didn't have a perfect in the hand at that point, so I go into Saint Blow and I go, okay, I need to catch up now because he's only at 2, and I need to push him into a position where I can start putting pressure on. So this really saved my butt. And finally, the new addition to the deck, 2 of the new Altmile stride. I absolutely love this stride. It is my favorite new card of the set, and it's because of its synergy with the whole deck. For example, if I have a bunch of open counterblasts, I can go, when I place them on Vanguard, flip over a copy, call a Violinist, use Violinist's effect to get out another card, sometimes a Swordmy, bring out another copy. It's just incredible. And it makes Violinist swing for 16 by herself. It's so good. So, overall, this deck is arguably one of the best in the game right now because of its early game scaling out throughout the entire game. And honestly, playing this deck has been a real blast for me, and it's really fun. Like, there are some wombo combos. In fact, I'll show you one right now. Let's say I have... Alright, it's not really relevant what I have out, but say I have... This is pretty ideal. Like, if you have this, you're golden. And then let's say I have that for some reason. My luck is horrible. So, you're on Regalie. You first want to attack with this, unboosted. That's 21 to the Vanguard. They'll usually drop some cards in here to take the first hit. Attack with Twin Sword. Twin Sword skill. Counterblast 1. Get rid of that one. Now, you call out Violinist. Violinist skill. Counterblast 1. You have Soul. You call over the Violinist. Get out Twin Sword, because this card can't call out another Twin Sword, so you just got around that. So then what you do is you go, okay, attack with my Vanguard. Counterblast 1. Get out Swordmy. Swordmy skill. You get out Cymbeline. Cymbeline skill. Give this 10k. So you just right there had 1, 2, 3 3-stage attacks. That's incredible. Right off the bat, then you attack with your Vanguard, you pass any triggers to that Swordmy. This is at 28k right now, so they're going to have to drop more. Very few people can survive that turn effectively. So, that's not the main combo, but that's a pretty situational, basically OTK combo that can win you a lot of games. So that's my deck profile. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys around.